Hi guys, and welcome back to the Pipex YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a parametric gate valve in Autodesk Revit. It will be a CSV file-based Revit family. So if you are not familiar with CSV files or never used them for Revit families, you can watch one of our tutorials dedicated to this topic on the Pipex YouTube channel. As always, we are going to start by downloading our template. I'll go to the Pipex website, and here under tutorials, a few templates are available for download. I will select two connectors template. Then I'll go to Revit, and here I will create a new family and open this template. I'll start modeling the gate valve by drawing a few reference planes. For example, like this. And then I will mirror them. Then I'll create a few dimensions. For this dimension, I will create a new label and call it D. Make it instance. Later, we will add a formula for this dimension, but this is fine for now. We can start drawing flanges of our gate valve. So what I will do next is I want to add another label, and again it is going to be thickness and 1, and this one is going to be and 2, like this. The next step, I will create a revolve. On the right side and another revolve on the left side. Oh, right, yes, I forgot to close the padlocks on the left side, so I'll go to this one, to this side again, and it would be easier to delete everything, and then I'll close the padlocks like this. Yes. Okay, and then of course we'll need to pick the access line. So I'll do it like this, and I'll click OK. Let's see what we have in the 3D view. That's what I wanted. Great. So it means that we can continue. All right. back to the reference level, and here we'll need to create another revolve for the valve body. So I'll create a few more reference planes. We can simply mirror it like this, and now I'll add one more dimension and create a label for this dimension. So let's say that it's gonna be instance, and it will be called FD. And then in family types we can add a formula for this dimension. So I would like it to be half of this thickness parameter divided by 2. Okay. Apply. Okay. I'll draw a profile for our revolve. Close the padlocks. Of course, don't forget to do it, it's important. And on this side, yes, like this. And then, as always, you need to pick the axis line and click OK. So here we can already add the length dimension. So I'm gonna call it simply length. Make it instance and click OK. Later I'll add a formula for the length parameter, but it is fine for now. I'll leave it like this. Before adding a formula for the D dimension, I need to add a few more dimensions. Then I'll add one more dimension. Yeah, it is going to be this parameter. Like I said at the beginning of this video, this Revit family is a CSV file-based family, so I need to add proper CSV file to this Revit file. That's why I'll go to family types and then to manage lookup tables. Here I will delete the existing table because we won't use it, and import a new CSV file instead. In the next step, we need to add a formula for this lookup tab parameter. We could actually add it as a value, but to avoid any mistakes in the future, I want it to be a formula. Alright, now it worked. So yes, adding the name of this lookup table as a formula will prevent possible mistakes in the future. It means that you won't be able to accidentally change the name of the value and thus avoid any issues. Okay, so now we have it, and now we can add a formula for the D dimension. For this formula, we will use the size lookup formula. I'll copy paste it from the other file because I'm a bit lazy for typing it manually. Yes, you can see it here, and this Revit family together with the CSV file will be available for download on our Pipex website. So no worries, you will be able to find all the necessary formulas. Alright, so in the next step I will go to the front view, and here I want to add a few more reference planes we'll need in the future. So let me see, for the valve body we'll definitely need 4 more reference planes, or maybe even a few more. Let's see. Maybe one more, yes, like this. And now I can add a dimension that I want to use as a module. It will be thickness. And now we can say that they all are equal to each other. You can see that something happened to the left flange because it no longer has the same thickness that the right flange has. So I'll go to the reference level, and here I will check what happened. Okay, so apparently and 1 thickness is 3 and 2 thickness 1. There are no formulas here, so it's just the value set for this parameter, so I'll simply change it to 1 to make them equal. And we'll go back to the front view. Yes, now it looks much better. What I still need to do is add a few more dimensions for the valve body. So first of all, I'll need to add a few more reference planes. Otherwise, I can't do much here. Then I'll add a dimension. Well, first I'll make them equal. And then I'll add a dimension. And what is still missing is the height of this gate valve. So maybe in the next step with height dimension. So here I'll say that it is also the end one thickness. Yes, and then I'll say that they're equal to each other. Like this, great. And in the next step, we can add height dimension. I'll add a new label. We'll call it H and make it instance. Also for the H dimension, we'll use the size lookup formula. So what I'm going to do now, I will go to family types. And here I'll find the H dimension we've just created. And I'll add a size lookup formula for this dimension that I previously copied from the other Revit file. Alright, I'll click apply and OK. Let's see what we have. Now the height is 27. And if I go to reference level, well, I see that the length wasn't adjusted to the height. It's probably because I still haven't made it dependent on the height. Let's see, yes, indeed, there is still no formula for the length, so I'll add it. And I want it to be 0.87 multiplied by the height, like this, and then I'll click apply and OK. Alright, yes, it looks already much better now. So what we have created so far, we've created 2 flanges and one element for the valve body, a hollow cylinder in the middle. Before modeling other elements, I will go to family types and quickly adjust the end one thickness because it's 1.5. For whatever reason, and I want it to be 1. Yes, now they're equal to each other. Great, now we can continue. So what we need to do now, we need to create a swept blend. For the swept blends, I will add a few more reference planes in the reference level view, like this. And we can already add the dimension. We'll make it equal first, and then, yes. So now I will add 2 more reference planes for the swept blend. Maybe like this. And for them we'll add a few dimensions as well. Let's say we'll make them equal, and then of course we want to add label for this dimension. I will call it R and make it instance. And now we can add a formula for this dimension. So I'll go to family types and here find the R dimension. And I'll type in the formula. Click apply and OK. So now we can start modeling our swept blend. I'll go to create. Find the swept blend tool. And now we can sketch path first. To do it, I'll go to the front view. And here I will draw a path for our swept blend. I'll close the padlock because I wanted to always start at this intersection. I'll click OK, and then we can go back to the reference level. And here I'll select Profile 1 and Edit Profile. I'll draw a simple rectangular and close the padlocks. And in the next step, I want to add a fillet arc to this rectangular, like this. And then I'll add a radial dimension for this fillet arc. I'll change the scale because I can hardly see anything. And for this dimension, I will add a label. Let's call it small r, make it instance. And then I'll go to family types, and for this radius dimension I will add a formula. Well, it's not so important what size it has, but I'll make it dependent on some other parameter, for example on our thickness. So I will copy thickness and say in the formula that I want it to be N1 thickness divided by 4. Maybe it's even a bit too small. Maybe it would be sufficient to say divided by 2. Yes, I think this is fine. I'll click OK and go to Profile 2. Edit Profile. Also here, I'll draw a rectangular first, like this. Close the padlocks, of course. and then we'll just repeat the procedure. Also here I'll add a radial dimension like this and assign labels. Again, it is going to be small r. And I'll click Finish Edit Mode. Let's go to the 3D view and see what we have. To see better what we have created, I will change graphic display options from wireframe to shaded. And now we can see the result. It looks good. Now we can continue. I'll go to the reference level. And now we want to use the extrusion tool. Well, first I need to create a few more reference planes. Also here. Yes, it would be easier to mirror it. Like this, great. And of course we need to add dimensions, because we want this family to be parametric. And also here I want to do the same thing. Like this, great. So now I'll go to create, and here I'll select solid extrusion. Draw a rectangular in the next step. Close the padlocks. And add fillet arc to round the corners of our rectangular. Like this. We'll use the same R label that we previously created. I'll go to Modify Create Extrusion tab, and here I'll click OK. Now we can go to front, and here you see that we need to adjust the height of the created element. So what I'm gonna do, I will move it to this reference plane and then close the padlock. Like this. I need two elements created using the extrusion tool, so I will go back to the reference level and create one more extrusion. You can skip this step because I'm not gonna show you anything new here. All right, now we can continue. I will go to the reference level, and for the next element we will use the blend tool, this tool here. We cannot do anything before creating a reference plane, so I'll mirror the existing reference plane like this, and then we'll start creating our blend. So all right, now we are drawing the base of our blend. I'll use rectangular. Close the padlocks. Don't forget to do it, it's important. And then also here I want to round the corners. To make it look a little smoother and better. I'll add radial dimensions. And then I'll select all the dimensions and assign the R label to them, like this. Great, and then we'll continue with editing the top of our blend. For the top, I will draw a circle. Let's say like this. Of course, we need to add a diameter dimension. Make it instance. Like this, great. And then I'll click OK. Let's see what we have created. So I want the height of this element of this blend to be equal to 4 modules that we have previously sketched. So now I will do the following thing. I will move the top of the blend to this reference plane and click the padlock. Yes, I'm satisfied with the result. Okay, let it be half of this parameter. So the diameter dimension will be equal to end1 du divided by 2. Maybe even divided by 3. It doesn't look great at the moment. Yes, it looks better. And we can continue with the handwheel of our gate valve. I'll go to the reference level and we'll continue from here. For the next element, I will use the extrusion tool. First, I will draw a circle. Like this. Click OK, and then we'll go to the front view. Place it correctly and adjust its height. I want to assign a label for this dimension, and I will assign the end one thickness. And click OK. Yeah, it doesn't look bad. Alright, so next thing we're going to do, we are going to create another extrusion, another cylinder using the extrusion tool. And again, I will draw a circle. I will create a new label and call it, for example, D01. Make it instance. And click OK. Now I'll go to family types and create a formula for this dimension. Now we need to place it correctly. But I am not really satisfied with this diameter. I want it to be a bit narrower. So maybe I'll go to family types again and say that I don't want it to be divided by 4, but instead I want it to be divided by 6, maybe, if it's not too much. No, it looks fine. Yes, I'll keep it. Alright, so in the next step, we need to create a handwheel for our gate valve. To do this, I will go to the front view, and here I will add a few reference planes first, like this, and maybe like this. Make them equal to each other. And again, because of the dimensions, I can hardly see my reference planes, so I'll change the scale. Yeah, now it looks better. And what I'm going to do now, I will go to the Create tab, and here I will use the Revolve tool. First, I will draw a circle, and then I will pick the axis line. this line. Let's see the result. Yes, it looks good. The only thing I forgot to do is, of course, add a dimension to this circle. So now I'm gonna do it. And I'll say Revit that I want the diameter of the circle to be equal to end one thickness. This one here. Alright, so the next thing we need to do, we need to add 3 cylinders for our handwheel. And for these cylinders, we'll use the revolve tool. Like this. Axis is not specified. Oh yes, right, I forgot to specify the axis line. So now I'll pick it. And another thing I don't want to forget to do is to create a dimension. So the length of this cylinder will be K, for example, and I'll make it instance. And I also want to control the width of this element, so I will add one more dimension here, and I'll say Revit that I want it to be FT dimension, this one here, and then I will click OK. Alright, so here's our first cylinder. Now I'll go to Family Types, find the A dimension we have just created, and I'll specify the formula for this dimension. It will be length of our gate valve divided by 2 minus what was it? And 1 thickness probably. Okay, I'll type it in manually. I guess it won't kill me typing in manually. And 1 thickness, the name of this parameter. And I want it to be divided by 2 as well. Apply. Okay, let's see what we have. Okay, so this side remained in the center of gate valve, and here, yes, everything worked out. So in the next step, I will add 2 more reference planes for 2 other cylinders we need to create. And I'll add an angular parameter. Don't forget to close the padlocks because we want this dimension to be always 30 degrees without the possibility to change it. Alright, now we can continue with our cylinders. I'll go to revolve. And sketch rectangular. For the width, we'll assign the FT parameter, FT label again, and for the length, I'll assign the K label. Oh, X is not specified. Alright, of course. Yes, I'll select the reference plane and click OK. Like this, great. And I'll continue with the last cylinder we need to create. Okay, let's go to the 3D view and see what we have created. You cannot see the cylinders we've just created because they're placed too low and not where they are supposed to be. So to fix it, I'll go to front. And here you can select the revolve and click Edit Work Plane. Pick a plane. Okay. And I'll pick this plane here. Okay, now it was placed correctly. Like this. Let's go to 3D and yes, now it looks okay. So now we finished modeling and I want to check if this geometry works properly. So let's see what happens when I change this parameter value to 8. Yes, this is fine. Let's change it to 6. works, for example. Okay, so, and here we see that something isn't working that great. So let's see how we can fix this. Yes, of course, we forgot to add a few formulas for and1, D, U, and thickness parameters. So what I'm going to do now, I'll add a formula, a size lookup formula for this parameter. Click apply and OK. And for thickness, I also add a size lookup formula and click apply. Okay. I'll use the align tool to place this element correctly. Like this. And now we can go to 3D and check once more if it works properly now. So first I'll change it to 10. Yes, this is fine. Yes, it looks much better now. It seems that everything is working as we want it to work. But let's change this parameter to 4 now. See what happens. Yes, everything is fine. So, yes, guys, what happened? Why it wasn't... Oh, okay, no, it's actually... No, there is a small issue with a blend here, so I'll go to reference level. Yes, here something went wrong, as you can see, because clearly we forgot to close the padlock. So I'll go to edit base, and here what I need to do is the following. So let me see first where it was. Oh yes, right. No, we closed the padlock, but we forgot to add a dimension to this reference plane. So what we can do now is I will cancel, and oh, it's somewhere between these two profiles of the swept blend. Is somewhere here, and of course we cannot just leave it like that. We need to add a dimension. I will make them equal. Now that we fixed it, let's check again if the geometry adjusts to the new tabular value. Okay, this is what it looks like if the value is set to 10. Let's change it to 8. Six. Yeah, also looks fine. And then what about 4? 4 also looks good. 2. Yes, alright, so great, it actually works even with small values. Maybe it doesn't look what the ideal gate valve would look like, but you can adjust it all according to your own expectations. My goal was to show you how to create this geometry and make it parametric. Alright, this is it. This is how you can create a parametric gate valve in Autodesk Revit. I hope you liked this video and see you next time.